All right, you're back. I want to do a test here and see. There we go. And then that looks okay. Okay. So we're back. What did they end up with down there? I think that's going to be all right. We're going to get it all inside there. Yeah, I think it'll be okay. Let's turn our flashlight on. While I'm here, I'm going to make sure I check one thing first. I set up a bot to do something and I'd like to see if it did it. I don't know if it did. Okay. Alright, I don't see anyone else here. I usually only, how do I start a group? Let's see, can I start a group? Let's see. Group. I'm a member. Leave group. Group. Group? I don't really start a group, so we'll have to figure out a group once somebody gets on and then we'll set it up. Alright, this looks like Jongo's ship. Look at this bad boy. It's similar to mine, where it's just frames and kind of bare bones. Look what do we got here. This one's got lasers. Lasers. 2 collectors. 2 lasers on turntables, but not advanced turntables. Or not advanced turrets. We've got box thrusters galore. Crates, lights. Oh, there it is. Zenith Corp. Zenith. Alright. What else we got in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 times 4. So all set, is that 70, 72? 144 crates with lots of room for more. It looks like he's got, oh, these are all fuel cells and gents. Gosh, that's got to get hot. He's got 5 fuel cells. And tier 2. 5 tier 2 fuel cells. Everything's piped and cabled nicely. I only see 1 medium propellant tank. Bunch of battery. Well, so 7. I don't know how many gens are there. He's got 7 fuel cells, loads of gens, 144 crates, lots of space for more stuff in here. If you didn't change the shape, if you just wanted the shape, but it's nice and long. That's not bad at all. I'm not always a big fan of just the blocky thrusters, but it is what it is. And then if we take a look at what Lingen did today, if you didn't see Lingen's stream earlier today, you guys should go take a look on his Twitch channel. And you can see what he did over here to this. Look at this. These are pretty squirrely, so I gotta be careful. Whew. Here, turn on. That is turtle mode. Wow. These are like driving bumper cars. There we go. Oh. And crash. Wow, this thing is overpowered in every axis. Alright, let's get back out. Hi, Django. I'm just checking out Lingen's work today. Look, oh, there's an entire second level. So this is a separate level. Look at this. Look at that little detail right there. That's amazing. Just that little detail makes all the difference. And then look at all this. Oh, crashing his stuff. Wow, he just did an amazing job. Yeah. I mean, there's so much more variation and texture in it that's just fantastic. I can't wait till we get it all done. I saw your ship over there. That's a pretty sweet ride. Whew. This is a squirrely little ship. Hey, Lingen, welcome back. Oh, oh, oh. Wow, this thing is crazy. This little ship of dirties is nuts. Whoops. Note. There's a note on here. So I got bored, so I made you a big Wegener logo to stick on your station or something. I've also decommissioned this little scooter and attached a deed. Don't worry, I've got tons of these. Some notes regarding it. It's got no battery, so you'll need to wait until the generators are charged up. When you turn it on, also, it has no generator skip. Mainly, keep it low cost, so don't forget to hit the shutdown button when you're not using it. As you can probably see, the beams on the back are for bolting things too, as I mainly use it for salvage. The prop button is for refilling the tank. We have the resource bridge, and the rod is under. Well, I can't see it with my toolbar up. I don't know. Doesn't. PS. I can't read the PS. All right. Alright. I hate this toolbar thing. How do I make it go away? Press F3. There we go. Enjoy NTPS. PS. Do let me know if you want the blueprint for the logo. Okay. Oh, we made a logo. So let's take a look at it. Let's get out of here. Note. I like the cable making note. Does it say something on the bottom? Well, there's like there's a bunch of plates all plated together there, all bolted together. it's a Farpoint logo. That's hilarious. Everybody's enjoying making logos for me. That's hilarious. I'll have to find some place to bolt that, because that's bigger than my ship. Thank you. I appreciate you gifting me that. Are you planning on staying out here with us? Look, there's some chunks out in space. I think I need the F3 again. There it is. Yes, I am. Well, you need a ship. You can just keep using that for now. We'll get another one out there. You can show everybody what you can do to it. Oh, are you over there on it? Because I just saw the lasers do something. Wonder if that was a rendering. If you're not over here, no, working. The laser's just kicked on. I'm gonna shut the. Does it have a power off button? You left the lights on. Just eating batteries. Let's see if I can turn it off. Oh, I can get in it. There we go. That'll shut the power off. Excellent. Oh, there's still all the lights on. There's probably a switch for the lights somewhere. Mining, collector, turtle cruise. Yeah, right? What was the big green button that I turned off? As I just start pushing things. No light switch, okay. Data. Do this in the right order. Lamp on. Get out of here. That's inventory. That's H. Button. Devices. Hybrid button. Put you down here somewhere. I like the lights though. They will make it very easy to find. Look at that. I'm getting the hang of it. It's your first ship. This is the first ship you ever made? It's a good one. I think it's going to be kind of like we do with the Fledger down there, where we upgrade. Pro Starbase gamer. Yeah, I don't know about that because I knew how to make a button that worked. How bad are the durability issues? Still pretty bad. Oh, I still have to. So look here, you got the You got the hull shape done. That's all right. Hi, Death. Yeah, that's actually pretty. Is it like 100 and I want to say 44 crates? I was just guessing, but I counted them and did some math, and my math is usually not good. So turn off the green land. Now we have to bolt through everything. There's a piece missing. Oh, come on, stop falling. I think the piece is bigger than that. I think it's probably one of these. These? Probably those pieces we found. Nope, not those. Oh, stop falling. How's everybody doing today? Anything exciting going on? Django says he's at work, so that's not exciting. Alright, so this will be the boring part where God, I want a floor in here. I hate walking on beams. A lot of bolts. Like I have a lot of bolts, or you think I'm putting in too many bolts? I never know how many bolts to put in anything. I'm bolting a lot. A lot of these panels are very short. Like these pieces are all only there's a bolt there. There's no bolts on the top, or shouldn't be, but these panels are really short, so there's not very many bolts in the. I haven't bolted that one yet. I have to go through the edges for even those. But even the pieces underneath there are short. Then I should have caught that with these. Oh, yeah, it's not gonna. It should have. Nope. I put those in the wrong spot. These ones have to be. These ones aren't where they're supposed to be anyway. These ones have to be up in here somewhere, or I guess just float. I know. It has to be in between these two to catch that. Just even 2 bolts? I can't. Alright, we'll try 2 bolts. I can't tell where the damn things end is half the problem. You can't tell where one sheet's end. I'll spread them out further. But I can't tell where the pieces end. Awesome. I don't know what that... I mean, what does the durability tool get me? Where? Oh, I thought you were gonna get me something fancier than that. But I can't see the dirt. Like, there's layered plates here. So, like, if I take all these out... Alright, let's take this out. And this out. See that? And we'll try... I don't understand sometimes. Like, there should be plates there to nail into. But I can't bolt. See if I can bolt there. Now it's red. Did it need that one? Sometimes the durability just goes so slow you don't even know if you... Alright. So we'll go to this one. 2. And I need a bolt on the inside here somewhere. Oh, come on. Let me bolt just somewhere. Alright, I see what you're doing. Let's take all these stupid bolts out. Sounds like an auto-bolted crate. Alright, work. Take the bolt already. Is that enough turn you green? Yeah. Alright, that's green. I just find it hard. It's hard for me to believe that one bolt holds anything on. All right, I still got this nut bolt. Those ones I put in, so I should unbolt those. So. All right, so we put one there. Oh, this one's missing. There has to be another beam across here somewhere. Or how did I catch that? Probably just the ends, huh? Yeah, you guys and all your huge miners. That's not the point. You're supposed to be doing it the hard way. Everything built in space. I mean, you can bring anyone you want. I'm just harassing you. Come as you are. I don't care. However you want to play, just come out and play. Alright, so that one's done. Let's see what turns red now. So, put one in this end. That turns some things green. Didn't hit them. Why will it not let me put one on this edge? Oh, there's one. Let's see if that does it. There we go. That looks green now. Oh, these are all... That one caught, not this one. It should caught. For some reason it didn't catch it. Alright, you want a second one? Okay, sometimes it needs two, sometimes it needs three. This one I should be able to... Alright. We got one there. One there. one's not enough? Oh, that's why. This one should have been in the middle. That should probably do it. Alright, so I'm using a lot less bolts. You were right. Now I gotta pull the ones out of the top. Because, I mean, we really want boltless designs, right? Well, those aren't touched at all. I don't understand. Sometimes I can put a bolt on this edge and sometimes I can't. Alright, come on. Oh, now you're gonna let me put one there. Amazing. All green somehow. That's crazy. One bolt in the end. Alright, so I got 2 more panels here somewhere. I'd rather put them in the middle than in the end. But, oh. Is that enough? Sort of. All these ones went red again. Is that red? That looks red. That looks red. Why are you red? Okay. So be it. Okay. That's all we were after, right? Everything in this one section is now green. Alright, let's turn the durability tool off. No. I just want the green to go away from. Oh, stop clicking the button. Now, as long as Lingon's not here to kick the panels out into space, we should be okay. So I'm doing one section at a time. Hopefully we can minimize the kicking. Alright, let's undo these. Alright, we'll start down here. Put one bolt at the end of each of these, just to make things turn red. All right. Come on, why aren't you? There you go. Work with me. All right, you're green. I should make all those red, right? Did I miss this one? I'm not sure if that's down far enough. Sure is. Now everything is a happy red color. Do, do, do. All right, let's see. Here's one. Here's one. I'm just gonna mimic where they are on the other sides and hope those are okay. See if that did any good. Oh yeah, it turned still all red. Something will turn green. Oh, I see Lingen, he's back. See if that does any good. What kind of... See if those are enough to grab on. Come on. You know you want to turn? There we go, green. Alright, now these ones. Alright. That one and this one. Hold on, I was playing with setting up some voice channels, so hold on. Let me see, members, Death Sun. Need to give you roles. Roles. There you go. Lingen, roles. That one. He's sure we can put him in here. Alright, go to this channel. What are we doing? There we go. That's the channel we should be in. How you doing? Can you talk in here? Or do I have you somehow? Oh, I don't hear you. Let me see if I've got... Not muted. Not deafened. I think it should be coming through. Here, jump up to this other channel. It doesn't have any roles in it. Jump up here. Try that. Can I hear you? Nope, I can't hear you. Make sure you're not muted. I see you highlighting. I do not hear anything. Damn it. Your trumpet. Let me figure out where Discord is. Hold on a second. Discord. I want you on voice meter aux. Make sure I don't have a bunch of Discords running. Alright, try now. Nope. A2. I don't have anything done that should be muting you. It worked last night, and I didn't change anything but those two channels, and I didn't play with this channel at all. Let me make sure you're not just somehow turned down real low. It's cable A. There's got to be something here. Let me see if I can. Let me check something in Discord. I need something in Discord that makes a noise. Push to talk. Technical difficulties, please stand by. Okay, I know when I push. Okay, so I'm getting Discord noises. That's. You sure it's not on your end? Because this Discord's working for me. User volume, he's not muted. Maybe it's permissions. No, there's no permissions in this channel. Ah, edit channel. Nope, you should be able to do whatever you want. Oh, as long as I don't close Discord. We certainly don't want those noises. Well, yeah, I'm getting Discord sounds. That's, hold on. I'm getting Discord sounds. I'm just not getting your voice. Output device. There we go. All right, try now. Anything? Check, check. Oh, no. I've got push to talk turn on. Video and voice. Voice activity. Test. Check. What the hell? Now I've lost all. Testing. Testing. So it looks okay. Let's send it to cable out. But test. All right. All right, Lincoln, try what? Oh, it's still. Try now. Connected to another. Oh, it says I have 2 Discords open. That is the problem. So the game thinks I have 2 Discords running. End task. I made it so I can open more than 1 Discord at a time, but that's becoming a problem. All right. Test. Nope, I still freaking don't hear you at all. I hear me now. I don't hear you at all. I've got your volume cranked up as far as it'll go. I can see you. A little green circle around your name shows up. Hey, Abhorrent. We're having some technical difficulties, and I don't know why. Lingen rolls. Setting. Yeah, I've done that. I've done the settings. Output device. I've changed that. Oh, now it's put device cable. Oh, I found where it went. Try that. Can you hear me? All right, there we go. I don't don't ask me what that was. It thought I had more than one Discord client open, so it was somehow screwing it up. Whatever. Really? That's mm, that's strange. I haven't changed anything since yesterday. Very, very odd. How'd you do that? Nice. You, an entire load, like how much? Let's. Yeah, that little weird ship. So that cargo ship thing. Yeah, it's I don't what's it got? A dozen crates on it or something. 5, 10, 20. That's crazy. I have some Surtite. We have to figure out how to get a Sootrite. I have Sootrite. We have to figure out how to. And there's a furnace around here. I just have to figure out how to get it down, and we can start running it. Because I don't know. I would assume it's in the wiki. Yeah, I already have. Yeah, I've got the furnace, and I think I've got the stuff that it needs to burn to Agesium what and Sootrite? I I don't. Oh yeah, you're when you guys for me J's are not that sound. Agitate. Anything with a J is a hard J sound in English. Everything. Yeah, no. We don't have that. That's not a noise that we do. That's pretty funny. Slow. It's a terrible thing that it doesn't give you the name when you look at it. Yeah, I wish you could do the universal tool and figure out what piece you were looking at. Because we're gonna have to make a list. Like if I start replacing what's in there, like if I start expanding, like I don't have any idea what all the newest parts are called. Yeah, so let me. Yeah, do we need the hangar or the furnace factory hall? I keep wanting to call it a furnace hall. All right. Well, we have the factory hall there, but it's kind of glitchy, right? I know it stole the all of his propellant tanks yesterday. All right, we just got to figure out where to stick it then. Parkour. uh, yeah, you can put it on here, I suppose. It's everything's gonna get moved eventually, so just stick it anywhere it fits. you can you can stick it in the back of up here, because I won't be messing with the. We had no idea what to do with this space, anyways. Here it comes. It looks like a little locomotive from the other side. Snapping. Ah, good luck with that. For this bam bam boosh. Let's see. Can I put stuff in here? How do you use this thing? Yeah, just you only get to one of those crates probably. Oh, there's a hold on. There's a a duct right there. You don't have to go very far. The saw. I've never used the saw outside of the tutorial. Yeah. Yep, it does. Do we have to put like a fuel cell down and propellant tanks and all that? What does it need? Just a. Oh, it's gonna use the ships and yeah, that's good enough. It'll work. It's gonna. I'm just gonna burn through fuel rods is all. That's fine. I'm over. We've got all sorts of exorium, so yeah, they're super easy. You can't hear the people in Discord. Okay.
Can't hear me?
Well, it's probably the way the audio is set up. How about now, Death?
Hello, hello.
Now it's good. Okay. The audio part is the hardest part of streaming to get all the different things going at once.
Uh,
All of this
so
is.
how do you do this? Do you just have like adhesium iodide certrite in your ship's inventory, then it just works, or what?
I don't know. Do we just put some in the ship? Hold on. Let me hook up to the ship here. You're asking
This is
questions.
obviously a place for like a rod or some kind. I think,
Yeah, I think you can hook one of the big generators to it.
yeah, I mean, I think you're able to like just put a rod in it and it will just work on its own. I think that's the case. Uh, I'm struggling. My brain.
It's not working. All right, so the ship has Sutrite. Oh, it's got all sorts of random shit in it, actually. Um, it's got everything it needs in it, I think. Flow.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So what now? Will it just work whenever it reaches 100%?
I don't know.
Or is it already crafting?
Is it?
I don't know. Or is it like loading?
There's all sorts of mixed up stuff in here. What is going on?
Like we have no glass.
We have no
I
glass.
mean,
I guess it takes a long time, doesn't it?
it says it has 3 charges, but maybe it needs to like be probably needs a connection to ship with.
Did you pipe
No,
and
you can't put a pipe on it. Does it have a pipe socket?
I would assume so.
There's no like cube, like one of those blue cubes.
Yeah, I don't know. Come on, Death Son, you got to know how to do this. We're counting on you.
If you press plus, minus,
Max.
plus, max, minimum, max.
See, it says 4 of 100 and it's counting down.
Does it need a rod? It's YouTube. Is there a tutorial material? Probably not. Starbase material. No. Starbase
Yeah,
furnace.
and not Starbase, the SpaceX thing.
15-minute tutorial. Absolutely perfect.
15 minutes. This is what I.
No, it's like a let's play. It's let's play part 11.
Oh, son of a. Bish bash boosh.
Yeah, exactly. Bish bash boosh.
E. Rotate. Slide it in. E again. There you go. Now it's just in case. Does it got everything it needs?
This guy puts
Okay, hold on.
like, fuel rod in it at
It's
least.
charging up now. Hit H and go to alloy crafting. H. Oh, there's a whole new menu with nothing in
Oh,
it. I can't craft glass. Can you?
I can't craft anything.
Oh, you've got everything on?
I can't craft anything in the menu.
Holy crap, that's a lot of points. So you'd have to unlock it, alloy
Yeah,
crafting.
in the unlock it.
I would just have to make a whole bunch of
Where is alloy
station
crafting? Advanced?
advanced, and then it's off to the left.
Okay. Well, I already. I have it. Can I use blind? Did I just go past Allium, Baltium, Bastonium, Corium, Exutium, Thallium. I have a bunch of alloys, but I don't. Did ever go class?
Is it in there?
Yeah, I have no Agesium, no Iotite. I need it on me, maybe.
Connect to the ship, maybe? I don't know.
Does it just work if I connect?
I don't know. It can run without a rod if it's connected to the ship. I gotcha.
Do I need it in my backpack? Why would I need it in my backpack?
Yeah, you would never have that. I mean, does the ship inventory doesn't work?
Well, if I open the crafting menu, it says, or do we just have little? Oh, it must have enough first.
So it has to get to this 100. It has to go to 100 cycles before we can do anything to it. Is that
Can't
the
need to go
problem?
to 100. That's just insane.
He says it's charging now. I don't know exactly.
But it says it has.
Time per charge.
Yeah,
No, that's
like
just how many.
actually, time
Oh, I
per
got you.
charge.
So it has 9 charges saved up at this point. I gotcha. Electricity per charge, 1,000,000.
I mean, I took like 9 charges means you can craft 9 alloys.
That's yes. but it's going to use 3 fuel rods for 1 charge.
3 fuel rods?
Well, I don't know. It says electricity per charge. That's electricity, not raw fuel. So I don't know.
Oh.
It's piped to the ship. Yeah. So we'll see.
No, it's only cable to the ship because it doesn't have a
Right.
pipe socket.
Right. So how do you make it go?
But if I just put, it's just bugged. If I just put it right, it doesn't connect.
Yeah, there's no connecting. It's piped to the ship, right? But how do we stick the mats in it? Try putting the mats in the station. Try moving all the mats to your station and see if it'll work there. I would think you should be able to craft in space.
Oh yeah, it worked. It worked.
Is
But when I put it in the
in the
inventory,
station it works?
yeah.
Okay. Oh,
It's a 1,000 iotite and 1,000 magnesium for 1 glass.
I don't know. Maybe you'll get 1,000 glass that way.
500 certrite.
Maybe you'll get 1,000 glass and we could just call it quits.
But it's a 1 stack of glass, and that's 1,000.
728.
1,728,000.
Yeah. I guess we're gonna find this out. That's why we're on this adventure, to make us less dumb. Sometimes I'm downright dumb.
He's gonna steal the certrite and gonna steal the magnesium. What's the range of
Oh, that was dumb. I just did that.
glass? Yeah, I'm stupid. I can make a lot of glass. It's downright dumb.
What?
No brain.
Yeah.
Brain no work.
Does it say how much glass you'll get?
But I'm making like 9 stacks of glass at the moment.
It makes a stack and not a piece, which would
It
be
makes
good.
glass. But, yeah, I mean, it makes the material. And use the material to make the parts.
The windows, yeah.
Yeah.
And how many glass does it take to high damage glass to make a?
Well, like 200, baby.
Okay, so those 9 stacks. Well, you had 20
But
stacks.
I had an entire like
You had
shipload.
Yeah,
of
you had 20
glass.
stacks earlier,
Yeah.
and you've burned it all. So we're gonna need a lot more trips to the moon. I think we're gonna actually have to go there at some point.
Yeah, we need magnesium and
Oh
certrite
no!
mostly.
Some idiot kicked the roof after unbolting everything.
I haven't even been on the roof this time.
Well, you're
so...
inside there. Maybe it was you. I unbolted them because I want to bolt them from the inside, and I can't tell when they're actually bolted.
If I jump now, you're going to get very mad. Why magnesium? I thought I had magnesium on me.
Oh, do you need some more?
I have like no magnesium. Yeah.
Let me get you some. Let me get you some. I guess we can trade, right? We're near each other, so give me a second. Oh, that's gonna be screwed up. So, social. Again, request trade. And then I'm gonna give you Agesium. I don't know how many. No, I don't want to delete copies. How do I put them over there? Oh, there we go. Transfer 20.
Not enough space to accept trade.
Put the click the station storage button.
Yeah,
There you go. Do you want the other things too? Do you want the Sutrite and the other thing?
I mean, there was a fair amount of certrite in the ship.
I think it was only 5 stacks.
Yeah, but it only requires 500 to make.
Oh, I gotcha. So that'll last a while.
But the main problem is just charges. Come on. Let's
And
go.
charges is just waiting, right? We just gotta wait for those.
Yeah.
Well, waiting is something I can do. Like, I'm a master at that, doing nothing.
I am quite bad at doing nothing, to be honest.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, that's...
I need to be constantly doing something.
You're just not old enough yet. You'll get over that.
I'm just hyperactive all the time.
Yeah, I was when I was younger, too. Now I have kids for that.
Seeing them is enough.
Oh, yeah. They'll wear your ass out. Mine are teenagers, though, so... Alright, these have to have bolts in them. Like, I had no problem holding them down last time. I'm ready to start cussing.
No more saying cuss words.
Oh. Yeah, only when I'm frustrated. I can do this. I didn't have any issues last time I did this. When I started earlier today, I was unbolting everything and not touching anything, but now somehow I'm kicking it all.
Which is the... I can craft. No, I can't.
What's up?
No, I looked at my crafting queue, and I was still making glass. So I had to look like, wait, can I still make glass from here? It says requires belt furnace craft.
Gotcha.
So I'm too far away, but whatever I queued, still crafting.
I would hope so. I would hope they wouldn't make you stay for the
Yeah,
slowest
but
stuff.
it's still like working.
You didn't miss very much in last hour. We did stick the furnace in this ship because he needs glass, and this was the easiest place to put it. That's all. You haven't missed very much. We just stuck it in the ship for now. Good. If Pepa gave me sold me a bunch of stacks, traded I guess is the term, not sold. Gave me a bunch of stacks of citrite, but not that many. It was like 30 or 40, something like that. But at the rate that Lingen is using it, that won't last very long. I mean, it's worth it. Just that's the fact of the matter right now. So we're going through it pretty fast.
So glass will be mine. No, your citrate will be mine.
I'm not hitting anything with these, which is this bolt isn't holding shit now.
The game just... Oh, snapping. There we go. I wasn't even finished with this part. Lying to myself.
Things wrong. One of these isn't down right. There it is. How much power is in the ship do you have for the furnace? I mean, there's 6 fuel chambers and I want to say 20 generators. Let me fix this and we'll go look. Everything else okay? No. I've completely lost a piece of the roof. Is it in there?
Ouch.
Just what's inside. So I've got, let's see, in here we've got, yeah, there's 20 generators, because there's what, 6, 10, there's 20 generators, and is that not enough? How do I don't even know how you, there's no easy way to determine.
You sure that that's enough? I think.
Well, it might just be the rate at which it processes is based on the electricity you can feed it. So that might be why it's taking forever. Because it needs a million energy to process one. And the ship isn't generating very much. Alright, fine. You're in. Alright, I got the get on the ground. That's what I did last time was I headbutted the ceiling and that ruined it. No, that was a question damage. Is that what it is? It takes a million um, energy. And so if the slower you generate the energy, the longer it takes. Is that how I'm reading it right? My ship has 17 gens and 72 gens and isn't even close. Well, that's not inspiring. So I need to make something with more gens. Well, this thing's gonna get a few more gens, but it's never gonna be enough. This is not the ideal place for this. If factory halls work, then we could just make an insane generator setup there. From my
You could use the Exorium generator, right?
I've never messed with one of those other than,
But they make a shit ton of energy.
and you can just
It's
feed
like super cheap
Exorium
too.
straight into it, yeah.
Oh, not straight in, you need to make a refill tool. Like you need an Exorium refill tool.
Oh, really? Another
Yeah.
tool that you have to make?
Well, you need to make a tool, and the tool costs 20,000 kilovoxels of ice, 20,000 kilovoxels of Exorium, some bastium, some magnesium, and some vocarium. And then you can refill your Exorium tank.
Once?
Yeah, exactly once, but it lasts like ages.
Oh, well, 20,000 kilovoxels is only like 15 stacks or something.
Yeah, and like the place we have our station in Novos Aurora, the only basically the only thing you mine there is Exorium. Like it's free,
Yeah,
free stuff.
it's all over the place here.
Uh, Brain, cuboid. I keep thinking slab, but it's called cuboid because they're special.
Slope. It's called a slope.
No, cuboid. It's a cuboid. Whoever came up with that name, bro, why? Cuboid. I think it's kind of a cube. It's a cuboid.
Yeah. Not sure since when oit means sort of like. That's what they're. It's sort of like a cube. Oh, the bolting.
Auto bolting? Heresy.
I would get yelled at for auto bolting. Those bolts don't even go there. They have to go in between these stupid things. In here somewhere. All right.
Okay, so that's the front windows at least. I think the entire front side is finished.
Only 40 more of them to go. I should have cut all of those. My 1 million energy per second tugboat is the ship that can, that would probably have plenty of juice to generate some glass.
Game, can you just not for 1 second?
What?
Can you just not with the snapping?
Oh, me? Not me. You. That's
The game.
just the snapping. Yeah.
Can the game
Just let
not
you snap it
be
in place.
shit? Yeah.
Could you just for 1 second work? Yeah, watching you earlier was like it was painful because it's like snap 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 snap. But it's not actually going anywhere. It's just sticking to everything.
What's it called? Column? Column? Yeah, column.
492 fully enhanced. Now you can put essentially 9 enhancers on one fuel chamber, right? If my math is right. It's a lot.
I have no clue.
I think you can fit 3 generators and then 3 enhancers per generator, which is an insane number of enhancers. No, right, because of heat tokens. Remember how I said this furnace wouldn't be in the way?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was wrong. I was very, very wrong. That's all right.
I don't understand how Frozen Byte could like accept how parts in station storage don't stack.
There's
Like,
lots.
how could they allow that?
It's pretty awful.
How didn't they like think that? Oh, yeah, it's probably going to look like shit.
They're just like, we'll do it in the second revision and it'll be fine. Yeah, it's not fine.
Inventory V2 when, please. Pretty please.
Whew, I can see it. Sort of. Thank you. How the flying am I going to put a bolt in there?
Holy Bob. You know? Gotta use some innovative swear words. Holy Bob. For the love of God. For the love of
For the
Bob.
love of Bob.
Yeah.
Oh,
Have you seen that meme picture of Bob with like posed like a prophet or something?
no. That's pretty funny though. Can't get the right angle. Oh, I really feel like a mechanic crawling around in here. Like, except the mechanic that can stick to the ceiling.
Plunger mechanic. I'm not sure what's the most annoying thing. The game not snapping in the correct place, or me accidentally taking like out my pickaxe all the time.
So I'm not the only one that does that. Like, and that's my pickaxe. I didn't want that at all. You can only enhance to 3 points. T1 enhancer 1 point. T2 enhancer 2 points. I gotcha. So as long it could be just one tier 3 or a T2 and a T1 or 3 T1s. Whew. Makes total sense. Right.
So 14 times 5. Something.
Yeah, 14 times
Craft.
5 is definitely something. I'm not good at
I don't
math, but
have
even I know that.
uh, I don't have the brain capacity at the moment. I'm just gonna craft everything I can.
15 times 5 would be 75 minus
75, okay.
5, 71, something like that.
Uh, how would 15 times 5 get 71?
75. 15 times 5. You said 14. So 14 would be
Yeah,
71.
I meant 14.
I was just
It's
doing the easy
seven,
math.
yeah, 7 by 2 by 5.
Yeah, so 70, 71. Is that 71? 70, 70. I don't know.
Uh,
70.
uh, either way, I need more glass.
Either way. Now, is it going straight into your inventory?
No.
You have to.
I need to get closer. But when I queued up a bunch of glass before, it did get added to my inventory even though I was here. So it has like infinite, or at least a very long distance to
Gotcha.
transfer the items. But you can't craft them from
How
here.
are you doing, Abhorrent Moo? All cool here. I saw you streaming like in the middle of the night last night. Well, in the middle of the night here, anyways. My phone got some stupid notification in the middle of the night, and I hit the Twitch button, and and you were on.
I could have sworn I had more Surtrite, but I am out of Surtrite.
I can put some more here in the ship, and you can take it. Oh, I'm already connected to it.
But your like line to the resource port is not connected to the backpack for me. It's just pointing straight up into space.
It's definitely connected to me. Here, let me see if I can fix it though. I'll see if that animation fixes it. Oh, I still have some panels there.
It still doesn't work for me.
That's really? That means if I just
like for me,
disconnect it.
your resource thing is connected where I am.
Oh, that's funny. I didn't know. All I've ever watched you on Discord stream is the SSC is the only place I've ever seen you. I didn't know. I didn't even know you left the the SSC. Because plenty of people don't ever leave it.
Bro, you don't even get anything from crafting
You don't get any
glass.
tech points.
Yeah, because 0, 0, 0, 0 in the craft.
Oh, that's so
That's-
disappointing.
I like the fact that I don't have a single weapon unlocked. We haven't even got the infantry basics. So why is the towing beam the last thing in like the tool, weapon tool, ship tool section? Does anyone even use the towing beam? I have towing, towing beam. I don't think I've ever seen it being used.
Nope, it was muted. I took a drink. It's towing, by the way. You were right.
Yeah.
You were right. I haven't made up my mind yet, if that makes sense. Oh, don't run away. I kind of like it. I wanted to look at it a little more. Let me let me Is it too flat? No, I think it's all right. I think it's all right. Yeah, I think that's just fine. I think it's okay. I like it. It's it's a creative design for sure. Making everything in space is definitely a challenge. Oh, you just build ugly? I don't know about that. You get out of the way for now. I need 192. You can do near anything. Yeah, it's just the effort involved in actually making it work. That's the real sticker. Because and really it wouldn't be that bad. It's 100% the snapping issue. Snapping is the only problem. All right. Needs to go inwards.
Okay, that should be all of the class.
We had enough for one section?
No, like for
No, I mean for the
the
entire
entire.
section that you did. Yeah, the entire
No,
part.
like I have put the glass. I put windows on every
Oh, I see.
passenger's window.
Oh, and all over the back. You got enough. Look at that. That looks awesome.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, that really does look awesome. Oh, you started back yesterday? After some months? Yeah. So, well, you're welcome to join us out here. There's a bunch of us that have decided to come all to one place away from Origin. Right? Doesn't it look awesome, Ted? Now we have something that we can. We're about 300 off of the Origins, and there's I think there's 5 of us out here now. I think that makes 5, which is I think the largest organization of endos in the entire universe right now.
I mean, it sure feels like it.
Right? Sure does. They Hi Jongo. Yeah, it depends where it's 350. We're at 268 off of Origin 12. Take an upgradable T1 ship or something, or come out with a labor. Yeah, we're trying to make it. We're trying to build everything in space, so it's not about making money out here or being efficient. It's just about having a blast playing together. I need to put some cross beams in. And there is arcanium around here if that's what you're looking for. Is it Pacific? Like Pacific time zone? Specific Pacific? Yeah, it's not a. Yeah, we're not doing anything really in particular. We're just trying to build all sorts of different stuff. Yeah, it's not about being efficient at all.
But having fun,
Yeah,
enjoying the game.
right? Everybody's trying to bring all their fancy stuff out. Oh, is it
And if
I
being efficient is what makes you happy, then be
efficient?
efficient.
Well, all of these
I am
guys.
currently working on a super inefficient space station. That's making me have fun.
Super inefficient. That needs to be longer to fit there. Oh, it's supposed to go on the inside, you idiot. Sometimes I'm dumb. Yeah, we're doing very little actual mining out here. So, and what I have mined with a pickaxe. So,
Serious Starbase gamer.
yeah, I like that part. I don't know why.
It just activates a part of the brain, you know?
It's just,
A rock hit stone.
yep.
Boom.
Yep. It's supposed to be the hard way. I'm not sure everybody's on board with that, but that was the plan. Everybody's like, I don't know. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to back both of these motors, engines, thrusters. I want to call them motors. So they stop. Where? Yeah, this one doesn't. I have to move it. I just need it out of the way for now. I was trying to figure out where I need to put the beam, but it's way down there. Let's put one of these beams way down here for now. Right, that's where that beam wants to be. Grab it by the hard point, he says. I think it's hitting on stuff too. Yeah, see, it's hitting on. It's hitting on this. And then it's going to be also hitting on this crate. Yeah, we're trying. Where else are we hitting on? Oh, there's some more. More beams.
Well, let's get some lighting up in this grid, you know? See?
Well, with your 50 budget, your 50 light budget, you can stick exactly one light per segment. Oh, that's gonna have to go down further. I'm working on
They
delete.
light up basically nothing, but they look cool.
They don't do anything. The lighting sources in this are awesome, or awful. They're absolutely awful.
I mean, they are awesome when they work. I swear, the ones that you can put on ships are brighter.
Oh, stop that nonsense. There. It's about as far down as it's gonna go. If more than that, I'll have to come up with something different. Oh, come on. Let's try you upside down for now, just to see where it's the issue is.
I mean, it's not as much as lighting, it's just mood lighting.
Yeah, just something. I think it's hitting on that.
I mean, it looks much nicer with something. And that was like one floor. It was a balcony. And just adding lights to the balcony cost 12 lamps. I have 50 to work with.
So you can do that 4 whole times.
Yeah.
Yeah. The lighting budget's ridiculous. Yeah, it's I don't know what they were expecting you to build with a budget of 50. That's better. Maybe.
I mean, with the amount of light that these lights actually produce, you would need like a budget of 200.
Right? They don't produce anything. I'm gonna have to move that one back after I just did all those. All right.
Like, I'm putting lights in places where they look kind of cool. So in front of the entrances and stuff.
See if I can move these all at once. Weld
What if I put a
this.
light here? Looks kind of cool. Everyone is just going to get blinded when they walk past because they're blasting in from the floor.
Oh, I need to undo both these. Then I can stick that one back on.
I mean, I play on. I'm reading your chat, but I play on high, I think. Looks kind of okay. Let's see graphics. They are playing on high. Much as it's changed, I changed to ultra. Shadow quality high. I see no difference at all, actually.
Oh, that's right. It's bolted to this.
Maybe shadows, maybe.
Ooh, I was able to grab it. That was way too far back.
Okay, so shadow quality makes a big difference, but like texture quality, I see nothing at all. Also, if you don't play at maximum FOV, what are you even doing?
I just
Also,
want.
how is 106 FOV maximum, by the way? I usually play at like 110 or something. Volumetric lights, bloom, and lens flare only. You can see a different difference. So I hate bloom. Actually, I really don't enjoy bloom in my games, so I actually have it off. I can check with bloom on. Uh, don't really see a difference, to be honest. I think it pops a little bit.
I think now we should put a plate across that maybe. All right. Well, those two and thrusters, not engines, thrusters. I continually call them engines.
And they are engines,
They are,
space
yeah,
engines.
but they're thrusters. Like I. So, Moo, if you're in game, send me a whisper at Farpoint, and I will make it so you can see the transponder out here, and then you can find your way out as you feel like it if you want to. We'd be happy to
So
have you.
I still don't understand why we can't use the chairs and tables and stuff in the station on ships. Because they obviously have bolt places.
Right? Because
And you don't
Starbase.
bolt stuff to a station.
Because
So why,
Starbase.
why do they have bolts if they aren't meant to be on ships?
I think if I only need two, and then I need two beams here, which I think are 72s maybe? F. All right, looks like there's a handful of people watching that haven't chatted. Let's see if I recognize any of you guys.
There seems to be a lot of lurkers.
Oh yeah. Well, Brewster is here, I think. Well, he's in the chat anyways. Um, there's one literally named Lurks. And it's hard to tell because there's so many chat bots that I can't tell and that are always here. But it says there's 8 viewers, so I don't know who's here. Well, working and listening. Oh, there's Brewster. See, he's not just a lurker. Yeah, I don't mind. Whatever. I'd like them to say hello just so I recognize their names and don't get rid of them as a chat bot. But not that it'll do any
Like
good.
I noticed when I was streaming before, I had like 5 viewers, but like no one talking in chat. And okay, sure.
Yeah,
We
I mean,
don't need to talk.
I don't
Just
100%, I don't mind that at all. But
yeah.
but there's like 20 people in my chat list. And a lot of them are always here. So I know they're bots. But what are you gonna do?
Devoted fans.
Yeah. That's part of streaming on Twitch is the chat bots. All right, now I need to reattach these two plates.
Like one of the streams I did, I actually also streamed to YouTube on. That stream got no traction at all. I think it was like one view.
Yeah, it's strange. It depends on the time. Like this particular time gets me my best viewer counts. The 2 o'clock to kind of, where for me it's 2 o'clock. So it's like 1800 Z, something like that. Not gonna. Let's check out the other ends because I pulled the bolts out of those plates. So one there, one there, one there, one there. We'll try that. See how that turns us. All right, that's a little better. I don't know. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Oh, I can't see the chat list. There we go. I think we're all good on the resources. The transponder for this station isn't available publicly, so you have to be in the friends list here. So let me see if you're. Are you? What's your in-game name? And I'll friend you, and then you'll be able to see it. Abhorrent. Whisper. Abhorrent. So let's see. Now I add to friends list. And then you'll accept the friend request, and I'll add you to the friends list here. Boop, 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 boop. There he is. All right. We are now friends. You. So, all right. You should see abhorrent, add access, hangar hall, factory hall, modify. I haven't talked to NTPS yet. What a journey. Did you you had a little surprise on the way, did you? Let's see where you're connected. Maybe we'll continue this wing to join where you're at. We'll see where we can. All right, that should work. If I just do yeah, I'm sure I'll find a place to hook that. All right, that one's in place.
Like, how hard would it be to just like buff the lights? Isn't it easier to just go in and change like a number? Like, how hard have they coded the lamps is be able to change them? Because they
Very
are
hard.
ridiculous. Yeah, it must be
Very,
really, really
very
hard.
hard. At the rate things are going, that is so far down the list. All right, Abhorrent, if you're, just to give you a start, if you go to either Origin 7 or 8, look straight into the center of the belt, and then kind of veer off at a 45-degree angle to the right, so kind of away from Origin into the middle of the belt. It's over that direction. All right, that'll put those both in there. We have to figure out what we're gonna do for these,
Oh,
but
but the music you have on your stream, do you listen to that music all the time, or do you just have it as an audio file in your OBS?
um, I
Because
hear
surely you
it.
must have gotten tired of the music.
I
You hear
I
it,
don't
don't
even
you?
hear it anymore. Um, it's a bit repetitious. I'm trying to get some variety into it, but yeah, I hear it. Yep.
Yeah.
Is it getting old yet?
I mean, I was thinking, he's been having the same song on for like
Oh yeah, from the beginning.
a couple of, yeah,
Yeah, from the
I
beginning.
mean,
Yeah, it's been a while.
yeah. I actually got like a notification from Twitch from my the stream I had earlier today. They said, "Hey, you had some copyrighted stuff in your video." Ah, yeah, right. Of course. The good thing with Twitch is that they used to like automatically mute it for you,
Oh, I
so
gotcha.
that those parts were just muted.
Yeah, no, that's the reason that I chose to go this route, was so I didn't have to worry about any of that. I think that there's going to be yeah, there's a wired connection over here.
Uh,
Oh, it's
Bane of my existence, lights.
I like the music. It's just part of the stream now. You'd be amazed how many people have mentioned the music. I am working on getting some variety built into it. The guy that wrote this is currently writing a couple more tracks that are similar.
Oh, you like paid for music?
Oh, I paid $12 whole. Don't overestimate me.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. But it was written just for this.
I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I thought for $12, and it was kind of what I wanted. It's not perfect, but all right. What else could you be connected to? Is it that?
I can't have 4 lights for 2 benches.
Well, you could, but you're gonna spend your entire budget in one room.
You have this big window and two benches, like looking out from the window, and I'm trying to like light it up, but it's just
Oh, there's
simple.
other ones down here. That's right, I double fed these thrusters, not engines, thrusters.
I'm just gonna satisfy myself with that, and I'm just gonna leave it as that and never come back to this area.
I will never see this area again.
How does that look from the outside? Right, you can't. The windows
Like
are
a
one way.
potato. It looks like a potato. I'll come over there and look though. Let's go take a look at the station that Lingen has so loving. Alright, I guess we're not gonna weld that beam. Not gonna weld any beams.
Give it the beans. Like I like how your stream has like calm music, and
Yes.
I'm here just listening to hard style.
It's just a little different. I've had people
Yeah,
complain about it. I mean,
complain about the music.
complain might be a bit
I mean,
of
it's
an overstate.
repetitive, but complaining is a bit much.
All right. Why is nothing welding?
Doesn't want to.
It just gives me like I could hold the button down forever. It just keeps going, rotating, like the.
Does not mean it's just not close enough.
Usually it doesn't let you weld whenever. Make sure there's not something sticking out here. This little piece of wire might, or a cable.
I don't know.
Come on. Maybe that little piece of cable was stopping it. Who knows? Ugh.
Starbase things.
Yeah, every time I pick up this thruster, it won't snap to anything. Then I have to put it down and pick something else up from my inventory, snap it around. Can I make a chip for me near you? Oh yeah, there's already a handful of capital ships out here. You're welcome to. People brought their entire arsenals out here with them. Now it worked. I mean, if that's the case, just come bring a speeder out and doesn't like these half ones. Oh, that one. I didn't touch these, but they're kind of sketchy. Why is that down low like that? That seems wrong. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, I think that looks wrong.
I think it looks wrong, he says.
Well, there's a few places on this ship where there's some janky connections, no? And the game doesn't always like them. Sometimes it's fine with them. Sometimes it doesn't like them at all. Yep, see now? Now they're all green. I just unweld it and re-weld it, and it's like, okay. Didn't move it at all. does not like that one. So I bet we can do. Let's see if there's any in my inventory. Yep. Kind of defeats that purpose, though. I don't know if it'll be happier with this or not. That's really sketchy. Gonna have to do some beam playing there, but for now at least it's green.
Good enough.
Yeah.
If it works, it works.
Well, I'd like to fix some of the jankiness on here, but it won't always. That's not always possible. Well, it's not always easily possible. All right, what do we have for? Do. New mentions. Stream. Oh. Oh, Happy's streaming, but he's streaming Tarkov.
Traitor.
Right?
How dare he?
You're not. You can't. What are you doing? Does that leave a gap there? I think it does. But can I? Let's see what this does. I don't think we're going to be able to. Snap anything there. Maybe.
I like how advanced the technology is in Starbase, and then the company that made the lamps is good at make them bright.
Maybe it's
Like,
an ecological thing. Like they're just trying to save on electricity. That's all. It's an
yeah,
efficiency thing. Just like now. Like we're not allowed to have lamps that are bright.
I mean, they are bright, like 30 centimeters,
Yeah.
and then after that, they just die off.
Yeah. They're bright when you look directly at them, but not for anything else. Happy only streams Starbase on Sundays. Which is pretty sad for the #1 Starbase streamer. He's the #1 Starbase streamer, only streams 1 day a week. What else can I put in there? What else we got? Plates. 144 by 288. 430. 32. Let's try 96. Let's see what a 96 plate will do for us. Or is that what I have? That's what I have. So anything else I'm going to do here is going to require more beams, which is fine. That gives me an idea. We need straight beams. Like this, just make 10 of these. So you think you're coming out of Horrent? Nice. Split that there. Yeah, looks like I can. You streaming now, Lingen?
No.
No. Yeah, I watched most of your stream earlier. You were adding and subtracting cubes so fast I could not. It was just like, it was like a drunk clicker game. It was pretty funny.
Did you see me when I was building diagonally?
Diagonally?
Yeah.
You were click, 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 click. Yeah, it was like delete, 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 and then put them in. Delete, 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 and then put it back in. Yeah.
I had also like drank like 2 coffees and one monster, like Monster Energy. So I was having that energy kick. It's going ham. it kind of works. Not sure if you drink any coffee or.
I drink, so I used to drink absurd amounts of coffee, but I've been trying to watch what I eat, and that doesn't allow for like 60 ounces of coffee a day. It was crazy what I was actually drinking.
60 ounces.
Um, I don't know what that is in
Liter.
liters. Like 3 huge coffees.
1 ounce is 3 centiliters. Okay. About 3 centiliters. So 177 centiliters. That's a.
Is a lot of coffee. It's like it's
That's,
like 2 or 3 pots of coffee in a day.
that's 1.7 liters.
You had to do that with a
That's
calculator to go from centiliters to liters? Even I know how to do
no,
that.
no. That's a 1.77 liters, and so wait, you don't have like milk cartons, right?
Yeah.
That are like 1 liter. Like
No, we don't have anything that's 1 liter.
no, no, but that are they are like cardboard almost. Like they are like hard
Yep.
paper.
Yeah, but ours are a
You have
half of
those.
a gallon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in Europe we have those, but in 1 liter, and I was going to say that's almost one and a half of those, and
Oh yeah.
a bit more than one and a half of those. And that's
Oh,
absurd.
it's an absurd amount of coffee.
Yeah.
Like, there's no doubt there. It's too much coffee. But it so I had to stop. When you're trying to pay attention to what you eat, then you can't drink that much. You can't justify drinking that much anyways. So that's in the middle. I think it, yeah, it's not big enough. Well, that means 96 is the next size, right?
Am I blind?
Yes.
Yeah, there we go. Finally.
I don't know what you're looking for, but yes.
I was looking for a ramp in my inventory.
Oh, ramp.
Just couldn't
It's all about
find
those
it.
ramps again.
Yeah. I like ramps.
I like big ramps.
Yeah, what can I say? I like ramps.
So 96 is too much, huh? Because of those elbows. So
96 what?
not centiliters or whatever you want to. Plates. I'm trying to figure out what plate to use. So I'm putting one down and then immediately taking back up, only to put it back down again in a minute.
Bro, is there not a like metric option for this game? Or is everything
Standard,
just
yeah.
in? Yeah, I mean Imperial.
I don't think so.
I haven't seen anyone use Imperial in this game, so
I'd be happy with, certainly would be happy with that.
wouldn't
So
the
that's
sizes
nuts.
be like super weird?
They would be super weird. I'm just gonna call them inches anyways, so
Like 96 centimeters is 37.8. The 144 would be 56.69. Perfect. I don't see what's the issue with that.
it's it's funny in America. Using metric is you might as well be using qubits. Nobody has any idea. Especially the kilograms is the worst because it's not an easily Yeah. Right. I agree that metrics make sense, but we just don't use it anyways. I think I'm gonna have to put 2 there. So the problem must be. Oh, I see the problem. This is. These are not symmetrical. These are not symmetrical 30-degree angle finger do's.
Finger do's. Yeah.
Oh. You don't have any room to talk, bish bash boosh.
Not placing anything where I need to bish bash. I only bish bash when I have been struggling to come up with something for a while, and then I find it just clicks. Oh, of course, I should do this. Then it's bish bash push. Done.
Here it's wham bam. That's the same concept, different words.
Wham bam.
Wham bam. Yeah.
Wham bam, indeed.
Look at this conglomeration of nonsense.
The best words are those that don't make sense.
The ones that don't make sense.
Yeah.
They made sense at the time when somebody came up with it.
That is true. I mean, you going to IKEA must be like
Oh.
looking at random words.
Oh, you've. All right. There's a video I have to show you exactly about that.
Because when I go to IKEA, I just laugh at how did they come up with this name? This doesn't even fit. Because they often like take
Hey, babe, you want to ride?
something. So when you
Oh,
use
golf
this, you like feel this emotion, or when you use this, it reminds you of this person or something.
That's funny. Here, let me browser window. There we go.
Hey, babe, you want to ride?
Oh, golf pencils. We
I
get a
gotta pause
scorecard?
music.
Huh?
So.
We doing 9 or 18 today? If I know you, it's gonna be 18.
Oh, soft close. No, turned on right now.
Didn't we stay in this Airbnb once? Look, the same kids are on the wall.
Hot dogs, pizza, ice cream, cinnamon rolls, and meatballs. Those are literally all the best foods.
What do you mean I'm embarrassing you? I'm testing it, because I'm the one who's gonna have to sleep here. This section is lit. Hear that? I don't care if you're laughing or not. That's a birdie for old Charlie in the lighting section.
How come there's only one of each chair? The warehouse. Well, who gets them from the warehouse? I get them from the warehouse? I don't work here.
Would they steal these colors from a Blockbuster liquidation sale?
It's not all in one box. I have to assemble it. Why is it called the lack? Maybe because it lacks assembly.
Hey, hon,
Hey, do we really need a
Varnix?
this bowl?
Jenna, which one? Nat's a Jasmine
Alkip
or the Ulfa dye?
or the Forza?
These are just pillowcases, right?
Why is everything in Sweden?
2 different color pillowcases? I'm not dumb.
Bad idea. Bad idea. Bad idea. Billy? Wasn't your ex name Billy?
She found the candles. It's gonna be a tough hole.
No, I would wear that. I'm pretty sure these are the same ones they have at the DoubleTree. It's like a staycation every night. Permission granted. Buy them. Not that you need my permission. I didn't mean that. I was just saying I like.
Wouldn't these be great for carrying firewood?
This section is lit. Babe? This is my joke.
Hon?
Babe?
Honey?
Babe? Curious if you saw my wife. She's like 5'3", gorgeous, probably pushing a cart full of stuff that she doesn't need.
I'm stuck in a cheap Airbnb.
Babe?
This has been me. I've been to IKEA so many times.
Waiting for your wife?
Can't find her.
Me either.
It's jerky, but it's tender.
So what you do is you use the dehydrator, but before that,
I have seen like a few videos like this. I haven't seen this exact one.
Yeah, they that's how I feel in IKEA. I go in and I find the first recliner, and then I tell her to text me when she's done. I'm just gonna stay here, otherwise you're gonna get mad at me for complaining the whole time. Because I'm gonna complain the whole time. I mean, I like their stuff, but that store is. Do you guys have
Yes.
IKEAs there? Are they like that?
Yeah. I mean,
I know it was a Swedish company. I didn't know if it's an actual Swedish store. Like, there's some of that stuff
no,
happens here.
we have it. We have it. That's in Sweden. Okay, IKEA is like popular in Sweden. But it's always those. I mean, it's the same thing in the US too, I guess, but it's for the new families. And if you're like established, you have a job, and everything, you usually don't go to IKEA.
Oh,
But in
really?
Sweden, if you
Everybody
have,
here loves it.
yeah, if you have IKEA furniture in Sweden, people are going to think you're cheap. They think you're poor.
Nope, not here. Everybody loves IKEA.
Yeah. The funny thing with like people think that you're poor because you have furniture from IKEA. When I go to IKEA and I think, damn, this shit is expensive.
Right? Because it's not cheap.
Yeah, it isn't cheap. It's made of the fucking cardboard.
It's made out of fucking cardboard, yes.
It literally is. If you go to the site and they have like a cross cut of the
Oh,
stuff,
yeah.
and it's just yeah.
It's cardboard. We all know it. We still buy it.
Like the only things in my room that are from IKEA are my table legs.
Oh, the table legs. I don't think I have.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a bookshelf in here from IKEA. I have it. My kids all have IKEA furniture because they're gonna break expensive furniture anyways. Children ruin everything. So it might as well be IKEA furniture that they ruin. Uh-oh, what are you doing over here? You're not on the wrong side of the base.
Am I not allowed to be here?
No, no, get back in your hole. I'm just kidding. I was thinking about, because there's going to be a gap here. If I put a couple of beams here and then I mount lights on the inside, would you be able to see it without, just see the light through the kind of little gap that'll be there?
Yeah, I mean the lights in the game are like
Yeah, they're really bright.
functional. They are like really good too. Like they function just as lights do. They just are weak on the station.
Yeah,
The
on the
ship
station
lights
they're
are
terrible.
yeah, the like lights in on the ships are just fine.
Yeah, I don't understand why they can't. Well, I wish I could put a big ass headlight on the front of my ship, like that actually
Like
went
they need like a proper spotlight.
a spotlight.
So,
Yeah,
yeah, big one like the boom, a big ton of light.
boom. Yep.
And
Yes,
a
I need
boom.
a ton of light because you still have to get within like 3 feet of an asteroid to tell what it is by looking at it.
Yeah.
Is that gray on the outside? Is that red on the outside? I don't know. So this plate does not want to stick to said spaceship.
This ship has a durability error. Open universe
Oh,
shouldn't run a
that's because
durability check.
yeah, don't yeah, it definitely has durability errors. I have to change this. That's why. Yeah, there's all sorts of stuff like just hanging off the ship. Don't look. I will get it eventually. I will get. Yeah, and you could also do like you did in your party bus damage and give everybody epilepsy with the rotating colored lights of doom. His party bus, it has like all the colors It cycles through all the colors and flashes at the same time.
John Go, so the thing with the lights in the game was that there is a video on their YouTube page that showed like a fully customizable menu where you could change like the red, green, and blue values and everything. And it just didn't come to the game. They showed that before closed alpha, I think, or
Yeah.
at least during
So
closed
so
alpha.
they had programmed some of it. They'd coded some of it, but
Yeah. So they showed like a dance floor, and it was a changing lights, like one light changing in color, like through RGB. It was really cool, but we never got it.
no, we never got
Maybe
it.
later.
We never got it.
I mean, the thing is that they never added it. They made it like they coded it and they had like functional, but they never added it to the game so that we can play with it. But the code exists somewhere.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, if I change these now, is that going to screw all this up? Probably. Yeah, the code exists somewhere, but it was probably buggy as all hell, and they were like, no, we can't actually put this in. It only works under a very specific set of circumstances. Well, it looks like, I think Moose said he was going to come out. That's another body out here to do stuff with. That's going to be crazy.
Another body to do stuff.
Well, that sounded a little weird.
Yeah.
Not what I meant. Sort of what I meant. Not quite like that. All right, that's, you're not actually connected to anything. You're not bolted in. Why can't I pick this up? I love some things you can just bump with the tiniest bump. Ah, that's not going anywhere.
Is it connected in some way?
It's probably just too heavy.
No, if you press F on it, it weighs the same thing as the rest of the ship. It's just connected. It's connected in some way. Is it not connected here?
Oh, is there a weld
Like
right
this?
there? Yeah, there's a weld right there. Damn it. Why do you have to be so smart?
A big brain. Sometimes.
What is... Picking up really long objects is a struggle sometimes.
The thing I hate most about moving stuff in this game is you can't choose from where to like
Right.
pick something up.
It always picks it up in the direct center, and then
Yeah.
it moves weird, and
Oh, that looks strange.
yeah, I didn't. Well, the
The
motor.
bottom thruster isn't moved.
Yeah, I'll have to move it too.
Or the upper one. One of them.
One of them is not right any longer. Kind of, the bottom thruster seems to be in a better position.
That's what she said.
Perfect. That was perfect. Why do I want to move what? Well, because this ring was built different than some of those rings. Because these 30 degrees aren't symmetrical, if I'm not paying attention when I put them in, then I do it wrong. and this one was wrong. So I got to do it multiple times. So it shouldn't be as bad because I haven't wired anything. And I should be able to move it all as one piece. I did this once before and it worked out okay. I have to weld that there. And it's because they're not lined up. Well, there's no cap on it. That's before I do anything. See, they're not quite right. It needs to move back a smidgen. Not quite either. Is that it right there? That looks like it. That might have been the easiest fix I've done in a long time. Does that look, oh, there's thruster parts just floating out in space.
Just looking at it from the front, it looks like almost like a dog with big ears.
Thanks. It's better than boobies like it did last night. I mean, that was pretty funny. The original shape looked like two boobs hanging down. Hey, I like the boobies.
Who doesn't like some honkers? No?
So, see those ones? That looks okay. Why is it not green or yellow or? Because nothing's welded.
Kind of like a really scuffed dog. I'm tracing it in the like paint at the moment.
It doesn't want to be welded either. It reminds you if you gotta get milk on the way home. Nothing wants to weld. Sometimes if I unweld something, I can weld it back together. I see it. I see it. Let me bring that up so everybody can see you making fun of my ship. That's the dog, and it's spot on, no doubt. Let's weld this. That doesn't want to weld either. The thing is, I can't weld it. Let's unweld it. Move you away. Move you back. Now I could. What in the? Hey, Lingen. Oh, you already started to go away. Never mind. I was gonna see if you could weld this and if it was just me, my welder being stupid or something. Is there a gap there? I don't see a gap. I have no idea why this won't weld. Look at all the side beams. That one's welded. I don't. There's a space. Which, I mean, I can just take this off. Where's this? Like, it's snapping to something. Here, you would think, like, if I take this down, can I weld that in place? That's in place. I don't know why. Like, where'd you go? I hear you. Yeah, can you weld any of that? Does
It went. It said boop. It doesn't. I can still like move it.
right? Right? It snaps right on there.
Ah, it's not connected.
There.
Like it gets pushed.
Is it from these two touching together just ever so slightly?
They are perfect. Just weld.
That's what I was thinking. Let me try and I was gonna try something here. If I unweld this, move you out of the way, can I change where the connection point is? Like,
No.
there is some thing.
Weld down here.
Nope.
Yeah, no.
So I thought about like take this off, move it. I'm gonna move it down and see if now it's snapped in place. There's see it's something to do with this part. So when I put those in place again, oh, oh, that one went. Sort of. Nope. Try to weld a 48 behind it. You're talking here or in there? Here? I'm assuming it's because these two thrusters are touching.
I think I know what it means if you do this. Is what it means? I don't know.
Will it weld to the top one?
I welded to the top one, not the bottom one.
It won't weld to either of them. Oh, that's because we welded this. Hold on. We welded this together. Yeah, see if it'll go up there. There's a minuscule gap somewhere.
I still not.
I don't see a gap for sure,
Welded
but
to that one. I thought we didn't weld to that one. I was even clipping into it. It's not welding.
that's so strange. Well, what if we do... Hold on a sec, let me... This won't change too much, but let's... It's so... Did it work?
No.
Alright, so let's try this. See, now we move this out of the way. What if I... What?
Are there weld cubes in game?
Nope. No weld cubes. I'll just have to make adjustments as we go. I haven't figured out how I'm connecting it to the bottom anyway, so. Alright, you piece of crap. Oh, are you doing it?
Wait, there's something in the way. Something.
Let's
Oh,
try it.
stepped and ran about. Well,
Alright,
well,
now try it.
try what? Move it.
I just want to see what's.
Something is. It's probably this beam. Or no?
I mean, not. We're almost in position, so. Try that. Get it back up there, and I'll take a look. Get it real close.
That wants to work. Like I can place it
See,
without
we're not
like
touching.
snapping, but
Right.
it doesn't want to snap.
And there's nothing touching anywhere.
They snap so every other place. Not that one.
You made a chip. Oh, you're. Oh. You can make it. You can come right anywhere you want around. You can come right to it if you want. Abhorrent. That way you can just get right to your ship. Let's see. Yeah, there's a couple capitals around. Just pick a different spot. What in the? Like the. Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa.
I'm just waiting for you to chuck it out into space, and I have to like go get it.
Come on.
All right, let me take. You know what? Let me take the thruster off of it.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to do that, but I'll take the thruster off of it and see if we can. Oh. You and the legs. Now it won't snap. There we go. Hard point. All right, see if it'll snap now.
Will snap there.
It's not touching anything. Well, here, take that 24 centimeter block out, because that didn't fix our problem. So if you've, did it snap?
Yeah.
Is it
It
welding?
doesn't weld. Oh. Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we snap the faster?
Hold on, let me bolt it all together. And an extra one in the side, just for good luck. It's moving all weird. It's like this thruster has to be the problem. Try to move it.
What? Why is that?
I don't know.
But if we...
That's got to be the issue, though. Oh, you're gonna
If we-
pickaxe it? Press R, he
So-
said. That's reload.
No, it's still not working. It still is.
What is
Sound.
R? That's the reset button, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the rotational reset.
Like this part. This is the part that's broken.
All right, so
Like
let's
this one.
let me just make another box thruster frame. Like all of that, and it's just the box thruster frame.
No,
It's
so
just
weird.
well, it's like it's rotating off your center instead of its. All right, I don't want to get these confused. So
It's
like,
not even doing that. If I turn myself to the right, it just goes straight. It goes from like. Wait, I need to go into third person.
it goes
closer,
perfectly around you.
then-
All right, just do the
Well,
shot put.
it's different on your stream because for me it goes out, then no, it's like inside me, and then it goes out, and it's like a circle, but the outer side of the circle is on me.
Recycle that part, yeah. I was gonna say just throw it into space. Just do the shot put and chuck it out there. That's for better. Yeah, there you go. See how far you can throw it. You didn't throw it very far. This should be a game. How far we could play it set up like a golf course where you have to throw stuff. That actually might be fun.
Get some speed.
The more I think of it, you could set up like a golf course where you have to throw like a piece of a beam, a 24-inch beam, try to get it in a hole. All that work.
Oh, it just went inside me. But can you see this?
Hold on. Hold on.
Look at how it's rotating.
Oh, whoa, whoa. See, so that thing is definitely broken.
Yeah.
It's like this. It's like there's a snap point way far away from it. Like it thinks it's bigger than it is. The model has broken itself.
Yeah. If it gains some speed, and just let it go.
Yeah.
It stops too fast.
Holy wow, that's so far away from you. That's a bizarre problem right there. Watch this snap right into place and yep, and just be fine. It's just fine. All that work for nothing because it was just being stupid. Yeah, and the next incomer dies on a thruster case just thrown out into space. That's how we keep people out. I don't need that there. I've already got bolts. I just need to do this and that. That'll hold everybody in. Make sure that's all bolted. Excuse me.
Could you technically not like just go inside?
Are you trying to get in it?
And use it like armor?
You might have to bolt it down to try that. And that might not be the thruster case to try it with. You might go in there permanently.
My hitbox is screwed. Like I mean, the game, everything in the game is like voxelized.
What?
So
Yeah.
well, yeah,
Yeah.
everything is voxels. So everything has a hitbox that's exactly like the item.
But that one's wrong.
So yeah, I have no clue what is wrong with this.
But you're gonna keep messing with it.
Yeah, it's my toy.
Oh, that was.
I'm going to go inside of it.
Alright, I fixed this side, right? I'm gonna go inside of it.
Is it bolted to something?
Shoot you out like a torpedo.
One bolt. Let's go. Inside. Yes. Unbolt. No!
You don't fit.
I was trying to grab it and I couldn't grab it like right next to me.
I've had some situations where you get that weird movement thing, but usually if you just let it go and pick it back up, it's fine. But that was definitely not the case with that one. I moved that, it looks alright. This is going to require me to take propellant tanks out. I wish you could bolt stuff to the floor of your station, because you could decorate with ship parts, like in a mechanic's room. But, well, you can bolt stuff to shelving units, can't you? Papa did. Up there, he's got all sorts of stuff bolted down.
Yeah, it hasn't despawned.
Can you decorate with ship stuff then?
I have no clue.
Right? Don't know.
I am inside.
Oh, you made it inside?
It's freaking out. Okay, no,
It's not okay.
like I can't
Oh, there you are.
move it super far towards you. Can you move this? I was trying to like go inside it and then grab it, but it's not working. Oh, I fixed it.
I don't
It
know.
rotates correctly.
It doesn't. Oh yeah, now it's turning right. You only had to bolt it down and pick it back up, I guess. And then I change this one. I want station parts on your ship. Yeah, that's definitely not going to happen as it is. He's just waiting for till the part glitches out your character. We have to recycle you. You want the chairs and the racks in your ship? Yeah. I can see that.
I wonder what happened if you like bolt down and then like crawl into it,
What? You're in.
and then
Hold on a second. Stay there. I can't unbolt it.
because it is already done bolted.
Oh, I was hoping it was going to take you with it. Oh, physics. Oh, it just took you there. That was way too easy to resolve. I was expecting it to clang around a whole bunch and
Oh, what did it was bolted. It just slid off. I, what? Okay.
it's so
You
cool to
could
see
make like
a bunch of
kind
ships
of
all over
cool
the place.
tunnel.
Kind of cool tunnel. You're gonna make a secret area that you have to crawl through.
Yeah. You can't unprone when you're inside of it, but it's kind of cool. It even has windows. Look.
Yeah, it even
Really?
has window. Can you crawl in it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you
Oh
sure?
my god, my screen is getting out.
Oh no, it's
Wait,
inside my ship. Bolt it down real fast.
Oh, I bolted it.
There she is.
Yeah.
Now will it stay? I think we
I didn't
broke it.
expect that to work.
No, hurry up and bolt it. I didn't expect it to work either, but it does.
But if you check this durability tool, what does it say is the problem?
No, it's green.
It's green.
It's green.
Perfect.
It's green. It's fine. It's fine. We'll just leave it on there, see how long it lasts. Before I fly out into regular space and it starts flopping around and just rips that entire part of the ship off.
Wait, I'm gonna open your stream. Wait, can you just look at it? I'm gonna take a screenshot and send it on the Starbase Discord.
Let me turn the durability tool off.
Like, have it be green so they see it's like valid connection. There
Hold
we
on.
go. Perfect. I need to take a screenshot of that.
And it's fine. It's fine. I'm telling you, it's
Starbase
fine.
chat. Perfect.
See if you can put I wonder if we can put the insides in it and hook it up. Oh, it'll probably kill the ship for sure. There's no question that there would be serious. It's so weird seeing it sticking out there all askew. You gotta explain to people how you do this. If you wanted this on your ship, you have to crawl inside of it and wait for the game to start. So that hits on there. Let's see. What kind of angles can we? No, I don't want the U tool on my inventory. Give me one of these.
Let's see if I can unbolt it. I assume I could. Or is it taking so many bolts? So it's kind of merged with the other thruster. Because when I unbolted it, it unbolted bolts from the other thruster,
Interesting.
I think. No, I think it's fine.
Looks like the bolts are missing out of these little the converters.
I don't think you need bolts on the converters.
No, I always bolt
No.
them. I don't know why. There's spots to bolt them.
It's yeah. Look at the triangle thruster. It's the same as the rod storage. They get like sucked
They do snapped in there. Yeah. Have you never had rods come out? Because I don't trust those either.
I mean, the thing with those converters are like, why do they exist?
Yeah,
It's
it's
not
just
like
an
they, like,
extra
run
part
out.
to make just to make
Yeah,
complexity.
but I when I first saw them, I imagined them being like, oh, you need to do maintenance on your thruster because it loses.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't the case.
He took it off. It's gone now. Yeah, I would only rip one ear of the dog off. It's fine.
I still want to go prone inside of it though, because I wanted
You
to.
were for a moment.
Yeah, but, for a moment, yeah. Cool. Because like this would be a kind of sick tunnel thing for a ship, and you could use the holes for the converters like
Well, you could
access ports
use
or
that as
something.
access points for stuff that's hidden in your ship, like when you want to get to your
Yeah,
fuel rods that
exactly.
are way. Yeah, I'm kind of hosed with this connection here now. I have to do something different.
You could even hire your like YOLO or stuff. You
Mm-hmm.
just crawl in here and you can find YOLO on the side. You see, playing the game gives you good design ideas.
Well, yeah,
I will,
it's
I will probably use that. In
well,
some
yeah. Instead of
games
needing an
or some
entire
ship.
walkway, you
Yeah.
just crawl in. Well, that looks janky, but it might be all I can do.
There surely is some other part that would like kind of do a similar thing. Oh, you could use the like triangle thruster body too.
Doesn't it have a back on it? It has a back on it.
It has a back. Oh, so
Yeah, make it the only way to board your ship.
yeah, it has back. It's kind of dumb. You can make it like a hole, and then you can have something on the side of it, because it has one open short side and one open the longer side. You could make something with that too. That's kind of cool. Can you go inside of a road track?
Now you're trying to think of all the things you can climb inside of.
Yeah. I think it's too small. Yeah, it's too small. Can you crawl inside it?
I can just
Oh.
hear it. Are you gonna get something else stuck in my ship?
I don't think so.
I hear it bouncing around.
It was just a rod.
Oh, that's even better.
Come on. Inside. Oh. Boring.
No?
I'm too fat. Okay, then.
It might work. Especially if I can continue this with like a...
I didn't even notice I was upside down.
It's all the same in this game. I feel like we could fit 48-inch centimeter one in there. It's just going to be a snapping issue. All right, let's see how this works. Oh, I know what I can do there. If you want to see crazy thruster ship. Oh yeah, I saw the crazy thrusters on that big miner of yours yesterday. They are pretty insane. It seems like it would have an absurd amount of thrust. Let me see. I can't see when everything is so green. I don't know what you're doing, but it sounds very loud.
So it seems like when you're like moving something with your body, it just gives up all collision with anything else.
Oh, that might. Oh, that might work there.
I swear some funny stuff would happen if you could like stand up inside of something.
Oh, yeah. You want to see some collision problems. Yeah, the game. It's like when you're inside of an asteroid and the game decides that the asteroid is going to come apart and all the physics that it's trying to do. It works so hard to.
The physics are impressive in this game. They're just
Yeah, but you
not
can when you get in it
good enough.
if you mine out the inside of an asteroid with a pickaxe and then all of a sudden it starts to break apart, you can just hear the server trying to die as it's trying to determine all of the physics from all of those loose pieces.
Yeah.
If I move this there. What do you think about this, Lingdon?
Hmm?
Come out here and see what's your thoughts on
Like the
this.
overhanging plates.
Yeah, well, it's like it covers this gap, and then I was thinking if I mount lights on this kind of beam, you would just see this kind of the light come out of this little.
Yeah, it might work.
You think so?
Yeah.
And then I would also have a
Uh,
gap to put a rangefinder down.
see if I can make some lamps.
The trick would be to use the smallest object.
It costs Carnite? Carnite, Arcanium, Vocarium. Make lamps.
I've got Carnite if you don't have any.
I don't have an only.
At
Uh,
me inventory.
Arcadium.
You need Arcanium too?
Yeah, Carnite, Arcanium, and Vocarium to make a lamp.
Well, those are expensive. Oh, I don't have very much Arcanium. That's going to be something I need to go get. So this is all of my Arcanium. You're welcome to it. I'm going to have to run around searching for a rock. Oh, and I only got one Vocarium left. All right. Wow, I gotta get this bad
There
boy
wasn't
back
even
to.
enough. Yeah, Carnite, Arcanium. Wasn't it?
What? Not enough?
Wait.
I didn't
It's
give you
not
very
enough.
much. That's all I had, but
There we go. There we go. There. See, so just one standard lamp. Lamp.
well, there's no wiring out there, so we'll have to cable some ugly cables to find some here from the bottom.
You need to move your beam.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, you can't move your beam.
I just bolted into it. Just take the bolts out of it.
Yeah, the beam.
Oh,
What?
yeah, a little beam. But there's some bolts in it for the plates bolted in place. Is probably why you can't take it out. It's welded and bolted. All right, there's a cable on the back for you can get.
There we go. Then let's see, where is my cable tool? There it is.
I wonder if I can just bolt straight into your lamp.
You should be able to. Here you go. Oh.
Did you not bolt it in place?
No, I thought it was gonna work.
No. Remember we
No.
just talked about collision.
There we go, and
Oh, there's nowhere to bolt
Oh.
it. Is that it? Is that in place? Oh,
Is
it's
it a
you
snap?
taking over. I'm like, why is it moving on its own?
We didn't even bolt to beam, it just bolted to plate. What? They shouldn't be like the same. It's bolted when that was
It's not,
yeah,
the plate's not, doesn't look, well, maybe it's in place. I don't know. It looks like it's offset a little.
Ah, it's fine. Bang. Bish, bosh.
So much for a boltless design.
Um,
I'm just
Bosh.
kidding.
build it from this side then.
Yeah, I just have to build it from the other side. That's alright. And there's still room to get in there. It's no big deal.
There you go. There you go.
Is it on?
Doesn't, yeah. Doesn't really show that much, but it's mostly because it just goes straight down. If you were to like put something that like light catches on.
Well, I was gonna do another one of these. These down here. I don't know if that's gonna be enough of an edge for it to catch on. It's gonna be one of those plates that don't want to go anywhere. Lisbon, Portugal. Let's see. Brusir, Brusir is Portuguese. I mean, Portugal's in the south half of Europe, right? Need a beam there. Yeah, I would have thought Portugal was fairly warm. -5. So that's like 25 here. Yeah, that's about what it is here. So, well, I guess a little warmer than that. It's 8C in Scotland. Well, Scotland's so damn windy and rainy. I need another one up here. Oh. Oh, that's exactly where you go. Are these insides maybe? Is that the problem? No, it's the same ones I've used for ages.
Ever since my stream crashed, my Windows key hasn't been working.
That's a hard crash.
Yeah.
Like when your computer crashes so hard that your keyboard no longer works is pretty bad. That was the most expensive lamp I've ever paid for right there. I've got lots of Carnite. And there's Arcanium. There should be Arcanium around here. It's just kind of rare. I'll just have to go find it. E, then F, then E. All right, I suppose that's fine.
Trying to land my labor on top of my small landing pad things.
Oh yeah, did you build landing pads out the back?
I mean, the balcony things. I'm trying
Oh,
to
the
see
flats,
if
if it'll fit there?
yeah.
I mean, a lot of people coming in with their station hoppers, though, should be fine.
Yeah, like that bike thing should be absolutely
Oh, those shark bikes. Ugh. I've never really wanted a spaceship real bad in this game, but that one, I love that thing. It is so well done.
Oh, I didn't glitch out on landing. Like I didn't like fly away.
I hate the laborer. I hate everything about the laborer. But I do have to say, it's all you need to get started. It does have the minimum requirements. Damn it, I finally had it, and I clicked the button one too many times. Now it's way off. Uh-oh. Discord.
It was me.
Oh, it was your Discord. Jeez, that's up loud.
No, it's your Discord made a sound, but I sent
Oh,
image.
did you?
Yeah.
I just have the picture of the
In
dog still. That's the last thing.
no, in the Discord channel.
In the Discord channel. In the this. Oh, nice. See, that'll
It does
fit
not
any
fit.
ship any bigger than that. If we're gonna have landing pads, then ships need to start having landing gear. Like you need to have a surface on the bottom to actually land on.
Yeah, I mean, my ship that I'm working on is probably going to have a landing gear because I just like landing gears. They're cool.
They're cool.
Just don't use them on the moon. You will regret it.
No, you don't want to smash into the surface there.
You don't want to touch the ground at all.
Physics just takes over.
Yeah, you know, Clang. Clang will be your nemesis. If you have you been to the moon?
No, not yet.
Okay. Yeah, don't touch the ground.
No matter how slow you're going.
I mean, if you touch the ground, you're going to like gain momentum and just
Oh,
slide across the ground and just wreck everything. And just gonna bounce around and everything. It's
that seems like a terrible. Oh my gosh, that seems like a terrible mechanic.
yeah. So they added a way that if you go below 20 meters per second, I think, for like 10 seconds or something, your ship will like freeze in place. So the only way to land on the moon is by not landing on the moon, but they just freeze your ship in air because if you touch the ground, you're going to die.
That seems like a terrible remedy for that problem.
Yeah, I mean, it works. Uh, like every time someone went to the moon before that update, they lost their ship.
So,
Because
what happens after it freezes? Can you get it back?
yeah, well, it freezes until you start moving it.
Oh, oh,
It freezes gravity.
all right. Well, I only need. That light is cool, but I'm gonna use some beams for now because that's too expensive. make them short beams though. Yeah, ship enters hover mode, which means don't touch the ground mode. Some of those surface miners look like they get pretty darn close to the surface.
Yeah, they use like range sensors to like set the hovering height. Basically, if the ship is hitting the ground, if the sensor is hitting the ground, just go up, basically. But you never hit the ground.
I guess this beam doesn't need to be there anymore. Oh, because it didn't render in. The surface of the moon has to render like an asteroid.
Well, the moon is basically just a big asteroid in many cases, but not really. Like, it uses the same rendering, but this isn't built in the same way.
Gotcha.
So asteroids, they are like physical. They have depth. You can like cut a hole through it. But the moons, at least at the moment, are like height map based. So you can only dig down. You can't like make a tunnel through the moon.
Oh, you can't. You can only dig down so far, and then you hit something that's not.
No. You can dig down. That's the problem. You can't like dig horizontal because
Why
everything
not?
is based on a. It's the height map based, basically. So it has like an offset up and down, not to the side.
It's just weird that you can't, once you get under the ground, that you can't go horizontally. That just seems strange to me.
Yeah,
But
but the thing is that when you're mining, you uh, mining normally, you're like making a three-dimensional hole. So when you're mining on the moon, you're just lowering the height of the ground, basically,
oh, I
and it
gotcha.
just spawns in some materials for you.
So it doesn't matter what you do horizontally; it just takes from the surface and lowers it down. I gotcha.
I'm not sure about that exactly, but I know that it's basically height map based. So you can only it only changes the height of the ground. It doesn't change the
Gotcha.
yeah.
All right. Well, that section's done. All right. Let's see. It's already been 3.5 hours. I got some things I need to do, so I will have to cut it here, guys. I will be back on later, hopefully. But I do have to call it here. Thank you so much for all your help, Lingen, and the shenanigans that
No
went with
problem.
it. I appreciate
It's
everybody
part of the
watching.
fun.
I should be back in. Oh, I try to get on about 8 o'clock U.S. time, which is 2.5, probably 2.5 or 3 hours from now. So thanks again for watching. I'm going to take off. Abhorrent, I assumed you'd be here soon. You're only supposed to be 17 kilometers out. I don't see you at the moment, but feel free to join us, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Django, same for you. I'll see you on Saturday when you finally get some time. So, you guys take it easy. Thanks again for joining me. Give me a follow if you want to get some updates, and I will talk to you later. Bye, guys.